I'm Dr. Gorman.
And I'm Professor Cook.
And we're two of the creators of Math 95E. So we know that we probably aren't your actual professors for Math 95E, but we wanted to come on here and we wanted to explain to you a little bit about the course, so you get the inside scoop from those of us that helped work on creating it. So hopefully this will help explain how the course is going to work.
All right, I want to talk a little bit about how this class works. So this isn't going to be your traditional class where you go in and there's someone up at the front lecturing to you. Instead, you'll be doing a lot of your work independently. You'll be sitting in a lab classroom, much like you are right at this very moment, and you will be working on our online homework program called ALEX. You won't be completely by yourself, of course. You have an instructor, and they are going to be there to answer any of your questions and give you help as you need it. So your typical day will be coming in, sitting down at the computer, logging in, going into ALEX, watching our videos, answering questions, and making progress towards the course. Your grade itself will be broken down into 4 different components. The first is the online homework program, ALEX, that I just mentioned. That will be worth 5% of your total grade. You'll also be keeping a notebook that includes all of your notes from ALEX, and that'll be worth an additional 5% of your grade. There is a rubric online on Canvas to show you how the breakdown of your notebook is for the grading purposes, so you can always check that out. We also have 4 tests that are worth 60% of your grade total, so 15% each. And then the final exam, which is comprehensive, is worth 30% of your final grade.
So attendance in Math 95E is required. And besides just missing class, there's a couple other ways you can be marked absent. So if you're more than 10 minutes late to class, then your instructor is going to mark you absent for the day. Same if you leave early. And if you're found working on non-Math 95E coursework, right? We want you to come to class and get the help that you need from your instructor. That's what we're here for, right? I want to help my students
get your coursework done in class.
Exactly. And have less to do at home. And your instructor is there to help you if you're getting stuck so that you don't get frustrated. So you want to maximize your in-class time to work on our course material. And at the one of the future slides, we're going to talk about the rules for Math 95E. And so if you're found violating any of the rules, you're also given some grace in terms of absences. Like, we get that things happen, right? You could get the flu, you could get cold, you could get sick, have some other kind of emergency. Yeah, all sorts of things happen. And so we get that. And so you are allowed 10 absences in Math 95E. Now, remember when you signed up for this course, it's a lab and a lecture component. And there's no difference between the lab and the lecture, as Professor Cook said before. No one's lecturing, but in terms of absences, it's a combined total. So you might miss 3 labs and 7 lectures. You can miss
all lectures?
Yep,
no
all
labs.
10 lectures, no labs, any of those combinations, but 10. You might go, what happens after I hit 10?
What does happen?
Yeah, that's a good question. So if you are absent more than 10 times, for every time over 10 you're absent, your final grade will be lowered by 5 points. And this is all written out and explained in the syllabus. And you might go, wait a minute. So if I miss classes, even if I pass all the exams, I'm still not going to pass this course? So
that won't happen.
Good. All right. She's right. That's not going to happen. Your grade, the lowest your grade can ever be lowered because of absences, is a 70. So let's say that you had an 80 in the course at the end of the semester and you missed 12 times. That means you're 2 absences over. And so your grade would be lowered by 10 points and you get a 70. If you had an 80 and say you missed 4 times, and in front of the camera, if you missed 4 times, then your grade would be lowered still only by 10 points, because any more than those 10 points would put you below 70. So we're never going to fail you as long as you're passing the course.
If you have a 68%, you're not going to pass the course. if you miss a bunch of absences and you have a 68% of the course, you still have a 68% of the course. So we won't raise you to a 70 because of that, but we won't lower you below a 70 because of absences. So as I mentioned before, you're going to be keeping a notebook for this class. This can be either a spiral bound notebook, a 3-ring notebook, or a composition notebook. It just needs to be something where all of your notes are organized. So we don't want you having loose pieces of paper in your backpack and calling that a notebook. Anything other than that, totally fine. Organized papers, A-okay. So their rubric for the notebook can be found on Canvas. It's just a lot of basic organizational things.
And we give examples. So you know what a good notebook's going to look like.
Absolutely. We have students from before who have lent us their notebooks to give as examples for what a good notebook will look like. So there won't be any ambiguity on what we're looking for. The notebook should have the work that you've done in ALEKS. Additionally, it could have review problems. So we put out study guides for our exams. So you could put those review problems into your notebook. But the most important component for the notebook is that you're putting those ALEKS problems into the notebook. ALEKS itself, the homework is due on Sunday evenings by 11:59 p.m. every week except for weeks where there is a test. So during test weeks, you will not be responsible for any ALEKS homework.
So I want to go over the materials you need for this course. So one of the things you're going to want to use is a calculator. Now, when you're working on ALEKS, ALEKS sometimes has a calculator, and I know you can pull up the calculator on the computer. But during the exam, you can't use ALEKS, you can't use your phone, you can't use the computer calculator. So you want to get used to using your calculator so you know how to use it on the exam. If you don't have a calculator, Professor Cook and I actually really like these two calculators here. Either one is really user-friendly, easy to use, and we've made videos to show you key important things. Fractions. No one likes fractions.
No one does, but your calculator does.
Your calculator, yeah. So we made videos so that you can watch exactly on these calculators how to enter fractions and do fraction stuff. So get a calculator.
Please, cannot overstate enough. You need a calculator for this course. You absolutely, without a doubt, will want a calculator. These are like less than $20 calculators.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot have a graphing calculator. So it has to be a scientific calculator, and these are the two scientifics that we recommend. Other scientifics are fine, but you'll want to get them checked by your instructor before moving forward.
As Professor Cook mentioned on the last slide, you're going to want some type of notebook. So whether you want to keep papers in a 3-ring binder or you want to keep them in some actual form of a notebook, either one is fine. The thing you cannot turn in is you just can't turn in like a mishmash of a bunch of papers. That doesn't work.
No.
So you want something that's kind of organized. And remember, you're going to be getting points for that. It's counting as part of your grade. And then finally, you want to make sure that you bring headphones to class. And you want them to be headphones you can plug into the computer. You might go, why do I need headphones?
Why do they need headphones, Dr. Gorman?
Good question, Professor Cook. So students need headphones because we spent the majority of our winter break making videos for this course. So when you go into ALEKS, if you want someone to teach you, there is a video for every single topic that you can watch, and one of us teaches you. And we're not as corny. I mean, maybe we're a little bit corny. Yeah, we might.
It's still there.
Yeah, but there's not a video of our face, so
right. It's just the math.
Yeah. But seriously, we put in a lot of work on the video. So bring headphones because somebody can then teach you every single topic. We made the videos the same way we teach live in our classrooms. So they are really valuable and there to help you. Okay, so all about our exams, which I know is everybody's favorite part of a course.
It's definitely my favorite part.
Yeah, it's actually not my favorite part, but that's okay.
You're going to rock these exams.
Yeah, we give you a lot of help to actually do well on the exams. So because Math 95E is a course where you can move through it as fast as you want. As a matter of fact, if you happen to finish the course in the first 8 weeks, you could go on and take a second 8-week math course. And so because of that, you might be ready for an exam before your classmate is ready for an exam. And we're going to talk more about how you can get through the course faster in our ALEKS video. But there is a last day to take every exam. So we want to keep you on track. And so to keep you on track, there is a drop dead date in terms of the exams. So there's a final last day to take the exams, and you can see all of those in the syllabus.
This is non-negotiable. So you can't ask your instructor if just this one time you can take it late. The answer is unequivocally no. You cannot take the exams late. There is a last day, and regardless of your excuse, you may not take the exam after that date.
I know that sounds really harsh, but we're actually not that harsh, because if you happen to miss an exam, then what we're going to do is we're going to replace your lowest exam score with what you get on the final exam. And if you took all the exams, we'll replace your lowest exam score. So maybe the first exam you don't do too hot on because you're kind of like, oh, now I'm used to the course. That's okay. As long as you take all the exams, your worst exam score will be replaced with the final exam, as long as it's higher, right?
So what happens if I get a lower score on the final?
Then we won't replace it.
So you're not going to use that to hurt my grade?
No.
But I do have to take the final.
You do have to take the final exam.
Because it is part of my grade.
Yeah, the final exam is its own separate category, and then it also replaces your final exam. Or not your final exam. That'd be so weird. Final exam replaces final exam. The final exam replaces your lowest exam score. So let's say on the first exam you got a 50, and then the next 3 exams you got a 90, and you got an 80 on the final exam. We would wipe out that 50 and replace it with the 80.
That's a pretty nice perk.
Yeah. But you want to try your hardest on every single exam because you never know what might happen. You might end up getting sick or having an emergency and need to miss an exam. And you don't want to have done bad on an exam and then also miss an exam. Because when you miss the exam, it's a 0. But again, remember, you can always take an exam early. So you don't have to wait till the very last day to take the exam in this course. If you want to take an exam before the exam week, then you have to have finished all the topics in ALEKS for that exam. And your instructor will be watching out for this and will help you determine whether that's the case.
You're not in this alone at any point in time. We're here for you. Even if we're not your instructor is here for you. They're watching your progress and they're going to make sure that you're on track.
And we have reviews for every single exam, and those are in Canvas. And the reviews also have video solutions. So if you don't know how to do a problem, you can actually watch somebody do the problem out. And again, if you finish all that material for the exam sooner than the Friday before the exam week, then your instructor can unlock all the review material for you. Otherwise, it's going to unlock for everybody in the whole entire course on the Friday before the exam week, because that exam week is the last week for you to take particular exams. And I know we don't have all the dates listed on this slide, but they're all in the syllabus. And so it's really important you actually read the syllabus for this course as well.
It's really, really important that you read the syllabus for this course, because we can only say so much in this video, and there's a lot in the syllabus that is important information.
And I think there's like a syllabus quiz.
Oh, is there really?
Yeah, before they can start doing work in the course.
So
they have to pass the syllabus quiz.
You're going to want to read that syllabus.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so the last thing to talk about then are just some classroom rules. The really important one is that there is no use of any cell phones in the classroom for any reason. So I understand some people might have, let's say, children, and they need to check their cell phone to make sure the babysitter didn't call to say the house is burning down. That's totally fine, but you can't check your cell phone within the classroom. So if you feel your pocket vibrate and you have a child at home, you need to check that message.
Or anything else.
Or any reason that you need to check that text message. It doesn't have to be a child. Just get yourself up out of the seat, walk into the hallway, and check your text message, do your business, come back in, put your cell phone away, sit back down.
Yeah, it's not a big deal as long as you're not gone for like most of the class.
Like 20 minutes would be very excessive.
Yeah.
Please don't be gone for 20 minutes, but take 5 minutes, step outside, answer that text message, then come back inside. Just do not sit in your seat and text. Don't leave your cell phone out on the desk. The cell phone should not be anywhere near where you could easily reach it. Well, I guess your pocket, you can kind of easily reach it, but it should not be on your desk.
Otherwise, we're going back to like 1980s where we didn't really have cell phones.
That's what we're going for.
It is.
That's the real theme here.
Exactly. No.
But
you get the point, right? We're not going to use cell phones in the classroom. Along those same lines, right? Like, I don't like it when I sit next to Professor Cook and I can hear the volume when she's trying to listen to the videos. It's kind of distracting when I'm trying to do my own work.
So if it turns out that your volume is up a little too high and your instructor can hear it or someone next to you can hear it, no one should be able to hear it but you. If anyone else can hear it, we're going to ask you to just turn it down a little bit more. The final rule, you need to be working on Math 95E material while you're in class. So this is not a good time to work on your English assignment. This is not a good time to check the news or to, surf Amazon. You need to be working on either ALEKS, studying for one of our exams, or taking an exam with us. Nothing else counts as being present in class besides doing Math 95E stuff. If you're not doing Math 95E stuff, what would happen, Dr. Gorman?
I think you get marked absent. We talked about that on the absence slide,
We
right?
did.
Yeah. So make sure you're doing Math 95E work because no one wants to mark you absent when you're really there.
And plus, you want to get that stuff done in class.
Exactly, right? When your instructor is here to help you. That's the whole point, right? So we really want to make sure that you understand you're not alone in this course. This course, we are here to help you. Your instructor is there to help you. I know you might be thinking, oh my gosh, wait, what? I have to teach myself? No, remember? We made videos.
We did it.
Yeah, there's so many of them. We've all this stuff and all of these things to help you, and your instructor is right there to help you too. So we all really believe in you.
Absolutely. You got this.
Yeah, so I think that's it for the rules and the do's and the don'ts. We have a couple more videos. We'll be back to talk to you about ALEKS and to get you all set up with what that is. And then there's some other stuff you have to work through in the welcome module, right?
Yeah, I think there's a syllabus quiz.
Oh, yeah. There's that syllabus quiz.
We mentioned that earlier.
Yeah, remember? So you're going to have to read the syllabus because some of the questions on the syllabus quiz only come from the syllabus.
So other than that,
I think that's it.
all right.
All right, so we'll see you in our next video.
Talking about ALEKS a little bit more.
All right. Bye.
Goodbye.